Hello, and welcome to the Humble Brag Podcast. I'm your host, Nate Mendel. The episode you're about to listen to was recorded a few weeks ago between three people. Myself, my sister Gneshe Braun, and my good friend Hershy Danziger. For context, let me tell you a little bit about Hershy. Hershy grew up in an ultra-Orthodox Jewish community called New Square. During his teenage years, he left the community and transitioned into the real world. So if you hear any gibberish that you don't understand, it's just our roots coming out in the Yiddish language, which is the language we spoke growing up, either at home, in school, or both. Yiddish is sort of a mix between German and Hebrew. Anyway, this is the first episode that I recorded with three people. It was also the first time Gneshe was recording with more than one person. And it was a complete icebreaker for Hershy because it was his first podcast recording he's ever done. But he has nothing to worry about because he did a phenomenal job. He's a natural. But it's important to note that this episode was more of a practice run for us. We took it lightly, without specific direction, and really just wanted to test the waters and learn. Since we are all friends and we know each other's soft spots, we display no shame in poking fun at one another, talking over each other, and acting stupid. What you're about to listen to is raw and unadulterated friendly conversation. Please excuse the noise, the occasional banging, the overtalk. We are noobs and have a lot to learn. Besides, maybe giving these people a case of beer at the outset wasn't the smartest idea. Took a good 20 to 30 minutes to really get into it, but once we do, we're off running. In any case, I hope you enjoy. So I was thinking with Gneshe and Hershy, you guys should be official contributors to the Humble Brag podcast. I'll cover the mic. I'll give you the mic. You come home from work, whatever it is. You come home,
just record.
You put your
Pissed
thoughts
off
in.
at your boss. Life sucks.
Hey guys, this is my day today. Blah blah blah. Just talking stuff by myself, no one else.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Just talking.
Yeah.
Just ranting like.
By the way, it's a
shitty
really
day.
good thing. By the way, it's a really good thing to do.
You submit it.
Yeah.
I get free
Yeah.
content from my friends. I really put everyone I know to work.
Hey, this was my day. Wasn't a good one, but here you go.
I'm into it.
Here,
By the way, I'm
listen.
into it.
It's a good thing. It's just good for yourself.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
Good for me. Good for you.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for me. Good for me. Good. Good. Up in the morning to the rising sun.
We just heard that. Yeah, that was from Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, because with the new show I had with the new show,
This is hard right now.
yeah, you can't drink in the mic.
No, you can't burp in the mic, and there's a whole lot of gas coming up. So
Yeah, stomach sounds. We'll talk to Joe Rogan, see how he does it.
I
But
don't think he gives a shit though. Really.
he knows how to breathe right. He knows how to be a pro. If y'all don't stop moving, the fucking episode's
Everyone
never
is
gonna
so
start.
anxious right now. Things are moving, just so they
sweating.
can't. She is sweating.
Because you shut off the fucking
There's
AC.
Yeah,
so
so put it down
much
again.
going
Shut off
on
the
in
AC.
this.
We need to turn
room
it down
right now.
again.
Now you might want to
It's
turn
hot
up
in
the
here.
AC.
Did someone turn on the heat? On high?
The heat's going up in
It's
here.
hot.
The
Yeah, it's
heat's
hot in
going
here.
up.
Y'all are stupid. That's why I like you. Y'all are stupid.
Y'all
Yeah,
stupid.
Oh, this is weird. Not.
Here we go again.
Come on, have you guys ever had a conversation in your life? I get it. There's earphones on
Yeah.
your ears, but just this last week when we were sitting at the lake drinking Trulies, I mean, you weren't anxious then.
But it
What's the
wasn't. It
difference?
wasn't a setup. It wasn't official. So, I'm talking to you, telling you something. All of a sudden, she is there or someone else, and it becomes a conversation, right?
Right. People are walking in and out. There's
Yeah.
no like.
Yeah, it's not like this. You don't have a manager just watching us. Plus, it's like people coming and going. This guy's like, I don't like this conversation. Fuck you, bye. She had to walk away. This guy comes, and it was very interesting how certain people were not really feeling it.
Right.
So they just walked away.
They just walked off. They
walked
walked off
off.
the scene.
Yeah, that's what I do to other people's conversations.
Right.
Yeah, well, I
Right,
don't like
right.
this. I'm out.
That's the beauty of recording with three people. If I don't like what the fuck y'all talking about, I just zone out and drink a little.
Yeah.
People in the background, Zach over there,
I don't think he's listening
Sharon,
to us.
I don't give a shit. Whatever. Anyway, as I was saying, contributors. Yeah, so you guys could be official contributors. Oh, because with the new show, Humble Brag, we have a new official co-host. Right. Supposedly you heard that on my last episode, but I didn't even post that yet, so you don't even know.
But the new official co-host is my brother Ari. So we're not going to do a ton of episodes together, but he's going to kind of do what I'm doing with his people. So together we could, I think you have to move your phone away, the frequency.
Yeah, something is.
So my brother Ari Mendel is going to be the official co-host of Humble Brag. How we came up with the name is a whole nother, we could talk about that. But so besides for the co-host, we could have contributors. I think it's actually a good idea. So the first two people I thought of were you and you.
That's an honor.
You're gonna tell me Gneshe can't just whoop out a mic and start yammering every day like
She absolutely will. So I'll probably
speech.
abuse the mic, but I'll tell you, I'm honored because I've never done a podcast, and you already thought.
You're already hired.
So very considerate.
No, I know my friends. I know the ones that could talk out of their ass.
All right,
and just talk, bullshit or whatever. So that's what that's about, Oh, about the name?
Yeah,
let's
with
get
the
into
name?
this.
Wait, but are you going to explain it on your? If you're going to explain it on your episode.
No, so that's the episode before this one.
Right.
Like I said, it wasn't released, so you don't know, but that's already that was already published when this is published. So I explained, the whole name change. But basically, long story short, mainstream. In order to be mainstream, in order to be able to get a general audience, there's a couple. You have to make it more mainstream. So. The scripted niche stuff, the spirituality, growth, self-help, philosophy stuff is great, but the word faith, for example, scares people off. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
about that also.
And on a deeper level, between people like us, people who know us, there's so much more to it than that, right? You got to be pragmatic, down to earth, and our spirituality, our self-help, our positivity is not on that extreme like toxic side, what I mean? It's more on a practical level. So if we could somehow,
it's on a personal level.
Yeah, if we could get out like the life, the real shit, and put that in between, I think it's a lot more. It's gonna be a lot more cogent.
It's a lot more accurate.
Right.
But to really understand, the full depth of it, you'll have to listen to the previous episode. Which by the time this is published, that'll
not gonna publish, motherfucker.
He's still doing that.
He's
shit?
still doing that.
Okay,
He's still in
okay.
there. Are we 20 minutes in? Are we 20 minutes in?
No.
We're going.
We're not 20 minutes in.
We're 11 minutes in. I guarantee you, in 9 minutes, he'll be begging me to publish this.
He'll be begging to abuse the mic.
I honestly don't care. No. I just gotta listen to it. That's probably gonna be the hardest part for me. This is not even as hard. The listening
Hearing
to
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I don't have such a hard time with it. What I have a hard time with is re-listening to it because I'll remember all of this. It'll be boring for me.
Yeah, look, I made a video for my job. This guy that I deal with, this guy that I talk to, this coach, asked me to make a video about him and his training. So I made a little video, like a 3-minute video. For the first time in my life, I'm just making a video of me talking about whatever. And I was obviously not comfortable at the beginning. I kept on pushing it off, and he bothered me. He was like, I need the video. I want to see the content. So I finally made the video, and it was good. I felt good making the video. I just had a hard time rewatching it.
Yeah.
I don't think I rewatched the video yet. He posted it on his website. My boss told me I watched the video of you saying whatever, and it was great. It was so good. I never watched it.
So I always rewatch and re-listen to my things. I don't do it anymore. I used to do it a lot because then I would know what bothered me and what I would fix.
It probably is better for you to listen to it.
Get
so you
real
feel more
comfortable, right?
That, you know what? It's not that bad.
No, it's not.
But
yeah, it really isn't. I remember my first couple episodes, and everyone who I sit with feels this anxiety the first time or two, and I remember it myself. I've worked so many years. It also ties into anxiety and all these other issues we have.
It's awkward.
How
it's
was
like
it
we're
for you
sitting
the
in
first time you sat down recording your stupidity, whatever it was?
You work through it. It's already been years. But I know.
I know.
We're talking
the
about
pressure.
right.
Day one.
So I know I had that with Instagram, and I would talk and talk.
I told you in one of our previous. I would delete shit. Like I would re-listen to it a year later. What the fuck?
Delete
gone.
it. Right?
See ya. I'm not. This is fucking embarrassing. But that goes away.
You
now I
get
don't,
more comfortable, and you get more comfortable with yourself. So then,
Also, there's a lot of so there's the hype issue. So like the hype that we had today, because it's first time for you, Hershy, and Gneshe's never really done freestyle, and we've never done 3 people. So when the more you talk about it and that hype, it creates an anxiety. When you're very pragmatic about it, and because you've done it a couple times, it's nothing. Like you get on, you start talking. Next thing you know, you're in a conversation like we are now. But to get it over that initial 5-minute hype, that initial 5-minute anxiety is That's where the issue is at. But yeah, it goes away after.
Well, sometimes it's funny because you're setting up a conversation. So when a conversation happens naturally, it just flows. But when the fact that we're sitting down and we're going to have a free, what's the word? Free?
Like a freestyle.
Freestyle.
Yeah.
The thing with an official conversation, especially if it's an interview, especially if you're going to interview me about, let's say, skvir, right? I don't know the questions, and I don't know if just you can ask me a question that might be a little too personal, or I'm not ready to talk about yet. So I'm worried that all of a sudden you're asking me a question and I'm just stuck and I don't know what to say. Or I'm not going to tell you I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to tell you I'm going to start just blabbling away, and all of a sudden it's not making sense.
You think you're going to feel uncomfortable?
Answering a personal question?
You're talking about blabbling away.
Okay.
You think you're going to feel uncomfortable about it?
Yeah, probably.
No, but you're talking about the anxiety that you feel beforehand, thinking that these things might happen.
That's what it's about. That's what we're talking about.
So what's interesting is that the thing about
but I have a different question. You're nervous about the thought of it, but you're also nervous about how you'll feel talking on and on and on.
If you ask me, I can talk about most of my childhood things or like scary things, no problem. So I don't have the problem as we have the conversation. As the conversation goes on, I don't have this issue. It's the beforehand thinking of what if this and this happens. This is what anxiety is about most of the time, is the anticipation.
The what ifs.
Right. We don't know what's going to happen, and we're thinking already.
The unknown.
The unknown is, yeah. Most of the time it's like when you have anxiety going on a plane. Have you ever had anxiety going on a plane before
Absolutely,
flying?
Yeah. We've discussed it on this show.
So
this is practice.
I've had anxiety going before flying, but the anxiety wasn't on the actual plane. On the plane, I loved it. It's the before flying. Sometimes 2 weeks before flying, I booked the tickets. I'm done, right? Because it's the anxiety that you're going to have anxiety on the plane, which is scary because what the fuck are you going to do? You're on a plane. What are you going to jump?
Yeah.
So, you know.
So that's the thing about this anxiety. Like
we went there, didn't we?
In terms of we went straight to anxiety,
right?
Because this is what some of y'all are feeling. You know?
Yeah.
We gotta talk about it. We gotta breathe.
Yeah.
Everybody gotta calm down. We gotta breathe. We gotta take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Take it easy, bro. Breathe. We're gonna get through this. The funny thing about these anxieties, the podcast, you're talking about the interview, right? So you're worried maybe it's going to be official. There's ways that people deal with this stuff. For example, like on an interview one, a lot of big shows, a lot of big podcast shows, they'll send the questions to the person beforehand. But that's usually for a person who's
Elon Musk
used to talking because they want to prepare answers. They want to be very tactful. But you, for example, people like us who are expressive, there's no question that'll really catch you off guard, and there's actually nothing wrong with saying, I don't feel comfortable answering that question, or I don't want to go that deep.
Right,
If
I
a question
agree with that. I
is
was
very
thinking
deep.
the same thing as you were saying that. Like, you could say that. Or you could say, I want to think about it.
Also, another really interesting point, y'all don't know this yet, but I'm gonna keep on saying that. Y'all don't know this.
Oh yeah,
but you're gonna learn. You got to calm down.
No.
Podcasts that are interview formats are actually easier.
You
if
sure
I'm
that's
sitting
not mine?
here,
We don't know. Okay.
I do. I took the strawberry lemonade.
y'all got to get your alcohol under control.
Yeah,
Y'all got to
yeah.
calm down. calm down. So what I'm saying is, when you get used to this, interview format is so much easier. If I could sit here and Gneshe's asking me questions and I just have to answer, because I have no problem no problem.
It could be easier, right?
Sitting and trying to have a casual conversation is
Well, that's what I said
oftentimes hard,
before.
because we don't know where we're going.
Because as much as it's casual, it was premeditated.
Yeah, like if I knew we were talking about, because Hershy comes from New
Right.
Square, for y'all that don't know.
Y'all that don't know. For Texas that doesn't know. Okay.
Yeah, for y'all out there in Texas who don't know,
Riding
Hershey
them dogs.
Danziger is from New Square, right? So we want to have a conversation about New Square one day. We've discussed this. That's why he can't sleep at night about it. He thinks about it.
I'm all right.
He thinks he's getting on a plane right now.
Yeah, I'm all right. No, I'm actually good now with planes. I'm just, it was a conversation about...
Oh, okay.
Like when we do that and I prepare 20 questions, that you'll rip through that easy, bro. Easy.
Yeah, I think so. I think driving the conversation sometimes could be harder than just answering questions.
100%. But we also might end up editing out this entire thing.
Yeah.
And a half hour or 10 minutes or 20 minutes from now...
I'm good with it. Leave it. But
I told you.
No.
We're exactly 20 minutes in. He'll be begging to
He'll be begging for more.
I told you.
either way,
I said 20 minutes, you'll be begging to post the shit. It's 20 minutes.
either way, but
That's how it works.
But he just said it on the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, y'all got to calm down.
yeah.
I told y'all we're going to get through this.
Something about New Square.
All right,
No,
you guys want to get into this? You know, your family, your friend, like you guys are my friends. Yeah, you want to get into this?
Are we though?
How are you guys doing? I mean, let's like really
That
think
hurt,
about this for
didn't
a
it?
second.
She's laughing on the side.
Oh, it was like a below the belt thing
Yeah,
that went
a
over my
little
head.
bit.
The
Just a
manager's not too happy.
I mean, when you don't tell them that we're still in America, you know?
Exactly, like things like that. Whatever.
Okay.
How are you guys coping with life now? I mean, we're coming off of a pandemic. Cities
middle of
are on
riots.
fire. Literally, cities are on fire. Like, how are we coping with this shit mentally?
How
Tell
are
you-
I mean, I
tell
can
you
tell
what
you
I'm
how.
not-
Go ahead.
Tell you what I'm not going to talk about is the riots and the fires, so we're going to skip right ahead.
Well, we won't get into
No,
the
no, no, we're not
politics
getting
of
into the
it,
no
but we're going to talk about how we're feeling about it.
Yeah, well, that might...
Does it affect you, though?
Yeah, no,
It's
I'm
not
asking-
really actually
I'll tell you
affecting us.
I'll tell you what I did in the last 2 days. I'm addicted to Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. Always on Twitter.
Okay, coping mechanism.
I haven't been on Twitter for 2 days, for 48 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I
It's
see
too
things that I
intense.
don't want to
Right,
see.
right.
It's a lot of I don't want it.
Negative.
It's not just negativity. It's just it just gets me going. Like my blood pressure goes up.
It's a hit.
And I don't know why. I don't know whose side I'm on. I just know my blood pressure goes up, and I don't want to have to deal with it.
It's a hit.
you know?
It's hitting your emotions.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty tough.
Yeah.
The whole politics
politics
thing,
side
the whole
of it,
politics
yeah.
side of it is just really it's not fun
It's
anymore.
ugly. It's
Yeah,
ugly.
It's
so
really ugly.
So leaving
don't-
politics out because none of us are really into politics.
I'm
on
not
that
either, and
level.
I take the same stance as you.
I'm
Like,
not
I
into
won't watch the videos.
Like I could have answered on the group today. I had something to say and to write a whole thing, but I decided not to.
Good for
Not
you.
because I don't believe in what I believe in. Like I don't. It's just that I didn't feel it to be necessary to do it. It's not gonna. I won't change anyone's opinion. Anyway.
You did what was best for you.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Right. So I just didn't.
Yeah, so I know, like when this whole thing started, initially we were, me and Sharon were coming back from Israel,
First
right
time, second
before
time?
like February, so right before shit really hit the fan, before stuff got locked down, and we're flying back from Israel, and we didn't have our masks. Some people in the airports had masks on, and I think the way that I dealt with it, because we heard that there's a virus, and it's getting worse. People are in quarantine, and these are oddball cases. I think I defaulted to denial a little bit, like thinking, nah, it's not going to be so bad.
Right,
I'm
I
not
think
going to
that
worry
too.
about it. And I think a lot of people kind of fell into that kind of denial. And
Well,
then,
I
and
think
then it turned
around
into something
here
so
people
real.
did. I think around here, I'm finding that maybe I shouldn't even say right wing, but like the more right wing minded people are a little more lax about it, and then like the left wing are very like uptight about it.
Maybe I don't see any.
By the time
Correlation.
you
Any
came
politics.
back was when it started, like it was at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm more
Right.
talking about like personally, like how are we coping with this shit, right? So in the beginning it was like denial, and then it became something so surreal because we're in this like weird time.
Well,
where
we're kind
something
of
so crazy
we're kind of
happened.
forced into reality.
That's when it kind of hit.
Yeah.
When
Everything was shutting down, and
when
streets
just
were
people,
empty.
people were taking actions, and then when
Yeah.
you go to the grocery and you see there's no tissues and aisles of food,
Right.
no food, you really think that the world is coming to an end.
Right, right. It
So
felt like an apocalypse.
You believe now, like you're believing,
Right. So,
You
so
know?
we were forced into. So then I wonder, like, so how are we really coping with this? People are locked up in their house. gyms are closed. I wanted to sign up for the gym for 1 month. Going out of my mind.
He went signing up for the gym the day it closed. He knew exactly when to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I can't go anymore. The gyms are closed.
Shit, I tried. I gotta add that to
Did
my
what he could, right?
Gotta put that on my resume.
You tried.
I
Yeah,
tried.
at least you tried.
So the gyms are fucking closed. So where's everyone? Is everyone running on the streets doing push-ups,
No.
doing jumping jacks?
No.
What are people doing? Because it's just getting worse, and it's been months now. In
It's
Jersey,
been-
gyms
it's
are
been
still
3
closed.
months.
I don't know about here in New
Yeah,
York.
we're still closed.
We're still closed.
We're still closed.
What the
But
fuck
they're
is
going to
everyone doing?
start opening. But here was my question. So let's say they open the gyms. Is everyone going to show up with face masks? Like, how do you work out with a face
No.
mask? And it was almost 90 degrees outside today.
Bruh.
No. I mean, no. No coming to the gym with the mask on.
So-
Bitch,
so-
if I
so
see
you know-
anybody in the gym with the mask, slapping it right off her. Right off. What are we doing here? First of all, you're in gym with all the sweat and everything.
Well, that's what I'm talking
The
about.
face mask won't really help.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'll tell you something.
Who didn't drink their Truly?
This shit is giving you heartburns for real, for real. This is tough.
And it makes you burp. I have to back up every 5 seconds to burp.
By the way, the thing that you gave me on the weekend really saved my life.
Sickening.
I mean, it
What was it?
saved my life. Because I had
Prilosec?
Prilosec. It had all.
Yeah,
Now we
Prilosec.
might get sponsored by Prilosec. Don't-
Prilosec OTC for the heartburn.
Yeah, so it really saved my day because I drank all day. Drinking all day from morning to night. That'll give you the heartburns, but I was fine. So
I
Yeah,
never
you
heard
take
of
that stuff before you drink. I mean, people still like take Tums and shit like that. Oh my god. I mean, Zach, your husband, though.
Zach always has heartburns, but I don't know if you ever heard of
No. He's been eating that shit before.
I've never heard of Prilosec.
Before it was even over the counter, he was popping that shit. He was buying it from the Russians.
What, Prilosec?
Oh, yeah,
Let
Zach?
him know. Let him know.
Oh, Zach is the one that told
He was
me
buying it
about
from the
Knock, knock.
Russians,
He was buying it from the Russians.
Buying
yeah,
it from
you know
the fucking
Zach?
Russians.
Come
Zach
on.
knows about it?
getting it offshore.
Okay, but I want to talk about the quarantine and the gym. Because
All right,
I'm
you do
such
that.
a gym junkie.
Got it.
And I think what changed for me is that I realized that I don't have to run to the gym. I've been doing my workouts downstairs in my house. I've been running outside. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the gym. I don't know.
Well, good for you because I think no, I'm serious.
That was very dismissive.
I'm struggling with working out at home. Like I go running, so it does something for me. But really working out,
Yeah.
I don't have it at home. And
I don't have weights right now, so that's something that I would invest in if I continue doing it at home. But
he said he was looking for weights, and it's a lot of
But
money.
I've been using body weight
Workouts.
exercises, workouts, and it's been going great.
Yeah, so one of the stuff that I've been wondering is if our running a couple times a day is one of our ways of coping with it.
Wait, a couple times a day?
No, a couple times a week. Sorry, yeah.
Right.
Because we've been running a couple times a week. Is that one of our coping mechanisms, or are we just trying to replace our gym?
Or are we just bored and we're trying to fill our time?
We're probably bored in the house, aren't we?
So one of the
We're
things
bored
that
in
I
the house.
have, like besides for the runs, I've been having this buildup of energy. I'm going out of my mind. Why do you think I checked for a gym this past week? I need weights. I need a punching bag. I'm starting to lose my
Right.
goddamn mind.
Right.
I can imagine.
I want to
Because
take back
you're
up
burning
martial
up-
arts or something.
right.
I want to do something. So this energy that was never there, not never, but not anytime recently, is all of a sudden there. And I wonder if it has something to do with being hung up in the house all the time.
Yes,
in this
it
pandemic.
absolutely does. When you're out and you're working, but when you're going out in your car and going in and going out and coming and going, all of that is energy. Interacting with people, you're not doing that.
It's a lot of piled up shit. I think it's everything. Sitting at home and not being able to do the things, even normal things, forget working out, just being normal like you used to, right? Whatever, going out, seeing friends or whatever it is, all that energy that's not coming out is bottled up right now and it needs to come out.
Yeah. I was surprised gyms are closed. I'm like, wait a second. So everyone who goes to gym regularly is out
I
of
like
gym.
how you just
What
realized
the
this.
fuck?
I
been
worry about
suffering.
people that used to work out every day in gym and don't do it now.
That's what I'm wondering.
Because I can imagine people are struggling. They don't even know that they are struggling, but imagine
Well, you know
just
what?
eating it away.
Well, you
now
know what?
Now you know why I asked you how you guys are coping.
Well, you know what? I do think that, and again, we're not going to get political, but I do think it does play a piece in the riots that were going on.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, what do you think? They do it in Paris right now.
Yeah.
They've been quarantining as much as we did. Everyone is doing it now.
They're out on the streets.
Yeah, so everyone was quarantining, so
Yeah.
that's why everyone is
Yeah.
not rioting. Let's talk about protesting.
No, because there were peaceful protests, and then there was looting.
Even peaceful, people are coming out.
But then what do we?
It's like the ticket to come out,
right.
to be outside right now.
So it's not the looting; it's even the protests.
Let's not talk about the looting,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
that's something.
Because then, what do you blame? What do you blame the other riots on?
Right. There's always crazy
Right.
people. There's always people that do these
Right,
things, and
right.
it is what it is. I mean, we can't change that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I could fuck with that. I mean, if people
You
are
would
feeling
love
the
to smash
energy,
a window, wouldn't you?
If people are feeling the energy that I just described that I'm feeling,
You would smash a window.
it makes sense that people are out there smashing windows and burning things up.
Yeah.
I was literally
hold on.
me and Sean. I was on Amazon
We're
today
not
looking.
defending it though. We're not justifying what they're doing or defending it.
No, I don't condone it at all.
Right. But we're just saying. At least I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm not getting into politics.
I'm
That's
saying-
we'll leave that for Zach. He's
Did
back
he
there.
just wake up?
No,
His earphones just came out of his ear.
Just came out, boy.
He's back there cheerleading,
He was.
throwing.
Yankee was gonna ask me something, so I took it out. And then
Oh,
you had to,
okay.
make
Wrong
sure-
time, motherfucker.
He's in the background
Wrong
throwing up gang signs.
Yeah.
You had to put it.
He's getting excited. He's
Wrong
like,
time, boy.
We'll leave the
time.
politics for Zach.
Well, you should have seen him on the weekend when he found out about this. You know, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He was walking around, you know.
It was a rough 3
He
days.
was gonna kill a motherfucker.
Let's
Exactly.
not
so-
not mention that.
Yeah, let's move fast.
He's out. He's out.
Oh yeah. Let's go away from it.
So I don't know if we really hit the crux of how you guys are really coping.
So how are we coping? I think it's very much up and down.
I'm gonna go get a beer. Want a beer?
Yeah, bring
So-
me one.
so-
Yeah, a beer would be nice.
Yeah, so
Can
we
we
might.
pause?
Okay,
Put them
Pause?
on.
I paused.
The truly. Bring another
4.
truly.
Bring 4 and you can open them.
4.
Bring a truly for me.
Cheers.
Y'all ready?
Oh, you bad boy. Cheers. So where were we? We went on a break after 30 minutes of talking. This is gonna be a long
Yeah,
night.
you guys have a lot to learn. Listen, we're gonna. I was circling back. I was circling back to how we're coping with it. I felt like we talked. You know, we said we're running. We said it sucks that gym's closed. We said, you know, Hershey's going on Twitter. Okay, but
No, we said Hershey's not going on Twitter.
Right now, I'm not going.
Right now,
to
you're
Twitter.
not.
Right now.
Well,
I'm
okay,
off
but
Twitter.
that's another way of protecting yourself or taking care. It's self-care, really.
Yeah, it's like I'm off social. I've been off social media for a long time, and no one really told me to do it. I just decided one day I'm off social media. I went off Instagram, Snapchat, all that.
that's now because of the politics
That's
or the pandemic.
not now,
related?
but we're talking
That was
about
a personal
why I'm
choice.
off Twitter now because it had an effect on my personal life, and that's why I went off social media because it had an impact, it had an effect, and I didn't want it.
Even with the pandemic, you know, at first we had to take it serious, so we're putting on masks and we're doing all those things, and at some point it starts becoming a little obsessive and annoying. So people stop taking it. So, you know, we kind of feel oppressed.
But that's my point. Some people really strongly feel that that's the right thing to do. Obviously, you don't.
Which is to be what? So overprotective?
Yeah.
But even those who
even
do
now, at this
are
point-
slowly unwinding.
But you see, the thing that I have a hard time with is come June 8th, and Cuomo says we can start going into phase 1 or phase 2, whatever we're up to. The masks suddenly come off. Suddenly everything's okay, like from one day to the next.
It's a
everything's-
mental game. This is what it is. People are just listening. They're afraid of what? They don't even know what they're afraid of. All they know is the government is telling you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. People are scared shitless.
Yeah.
If you go in, and I don't want to make this about sides or anything, go to Evergreen right now. Go to a Hasidic store. People don't really care as much as if you go to Wesley's side where people really... And if you go without a mask in Wesley, they'll fuck you up.
That's my point. That's
It's
exactly
just
what I was saying
different type
earlier.
Of people.
Oh,
It's a
absolutely.
different mindset and it's a different outlook about
Go
these
from
things.
Jersey to Muncie.
I
Yeah,
said
it's
right
a
wing,
huge
left wing, but
difference.
maybe that's not the right.
For I guess for us to understand and to put this into perspective a little better, I think like Hasidim to none and Evergreen to Wesley type.
I think there's
I don't think you should put it in.
there's a whole Jew topic, but that's a topic of its own. But yeah.
But going back to your original question, how are we coping? So I think there are ups and downs, and I think that's normal. And then I think some people are faring better than others. Are we talking about ourselves now?
Yeah, I was asking originally, how are we coping with it, right? So I don't know how we're coping because it's so surreal. It's so fake, this whole situation. It started out with the pandemic. It was starting to die down. Now there's rioting and protesting, so there's a whole nother trend.
Well,
Media
right.
loves trends.
And then what comes along with the quarantine is also the lack of schedule. But even if you're working, like in your case and my case, the work is different. Like I'm doing telehealth, or you're going in, but no customers are coming into the store, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So the whole structure of everything that was normal is gone.
So I found myself being able to cope pretty well as it progressed, but now there's like this buildup of energy, and it just wants to explode.
So I found the same thing. Like when it first
I'm reaching my
when it first
threshold
started, I
of,
was
like,
cleaning
how-
the house and
Right.
keeping everything organized and getting the kids to bed on time and just trying to keep a normal schedule. And at this point, I'm
losing
done.
my goddamn mind.
I'm really done.
It's definitely it's weird times. Let's say that. It's 2020 has been weird to us.
So it's weird to you?
And it's
Is that what you're saying?
It's an interesting experience, I think. I think we're gonna remember this 2020. We're gonna remember this, the virus and
I don't think
this
you can forget
rioting
it.
thing.
Yeah, you can't forget
This
it.
is an experiment, right?
Yeah.
This has been crazy.
And a funny thing about these protests, especially for people like us, neither of us are really into politics, entertainment politics.
None of us.
Right, none of
Or
us.
maybe you are.
Not really.
really.
None of us are really into entertainment politics.
Unless Pinchas is here, Mati, he ain't
We're
interested.
back.
He ain't interested.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like with the whole protest and all that's going on, it's almost like the society is trying to force you to have an opinion. It's almost like if you don't have an opinion, there are so many people making so many arguments and pushing so many things down your throat. It's like you're being forced to have an opinion and talk about your opinion.
Yeah.
It's like
You know
it's
why?
almost
Well,
like
you know what? That's
know
how
why?
I felt just now
It's like
when we
you
were
can't-
talking about
It's like you
it.
can't
But
get
you
away
know
with
why?
not being political. Like the world is forcing you to be
It's
political.
not an option.
Because it's about you, especially the virus. It affects yourself. So when it comes to the virus, everyone is going to have an opinion on should I go with the mask or not, because people are entitled. What do you mean? I had the virus 2 weeks ago. I'm good now. I can go out and not care.
Right.
So when
It
it comes to
actually-
that, that's
right.
why everyone is with their opinions.
It
You go on
affects
social
every
media,
single person.
Everyone is talking about what they think.
It's personal.
No one really cares.
It's
right?
personal.
Yeah.
When it comes to politics and we're not involved in it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Really,
I
can,
don't give a shit.
Even if you give me you give me your opinion, I don't really care. It's not you. You're
It's
not
not
even part
personal.
of it.
It's not bringing anything up.
Right.
So it's so funny that it's almost like society is pushing harder and harder for everyone to have an opinion, and it's almost like you're looked down upon if you don't. Like, for example, I'm 2/3 conservative, so I lean more towards the right. But when it comes to these protests, I don't even care about it. I don't condone it. I just don't care about it. To me, it's 1 + 1
Irrelevant.
= 2. I'm not going to go out and yell against it.
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
gonna
think
yell for it. It's
so.
meaningless
So
to
I
me.
do have an opinion. I think it's important, and I think this is how we create change. But I'm not passionate enough about it
So-
that if
so-
it's not on my block, I'm not driving to Manhattan.
But what I'm trying to point out is different.
To march with people.
So I have my opinion on it, but I don't care. So it's mean. It means I don't
Right.
have to have a
It's not
conversation about the
personal.
protest because it means
Right.
nothing to me.
Right.
If it did or
Same.
didn't happen, it means nothing. But it's like you can't get away with that. There's so much talk out there, so much arguing that you almost
You're pulled into
You're
it.
pulled in. You're forced to voice your opinion, and then you're torn apart for having that opinion.
you feel out of it if you
Yeah.
don't.
Why can't I just fucking not give a
if you
shit?
don't- Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a protest, yay. There's no
But
protest,
this is not
yay.
what
I
this
don't
world
care.
is about right now. Not giving a shit is not a thing anymore.
Right, right.
You need to be part of something, a movement, left,
So
right.
that's what I'm talking
conservative.
about.
No one really. What if you just live your life
Right.
just to do whatever the fuck that is, you know?
So that's what I'm talking
But
about.
it's not a thing anymore.
I think it's a bit. So that's why I say like every 13-year-old now has a political opinion. When we were fucking 13, now every 13-year-old
But did we not
either
know
believes
it?
in God or doesn't believe in God, right? Theology has a political side. What the
But did we not know it because we had one way and we didn't think about it? I don't know.
This is a new thing that
I don't know.
our youth
I don't know if
have
you're right.
opinions. 100%.
What do you think we did know? We just didn't care?
No, I'm
no.
saying we only had one way.
What do
So
you mean one
we
way?
didn't necessarily think about it.
No, I was on the streets at 13.
You never cared about politics, period.
It didn't matter.
Ask
Nobody
Zach if he cared about politics at
not
13.
No
All right,
way.
don't make this
Ask
about
him.
family right now.
No, but I'm curious.
Right.
I don't know if it's a society thing or it's a personal
It's
thing.
No,
definitely-
it's changing. This
it's
is
cha- it's definitely
it's
changing.
literally it's part of curriculum now. Like they're instilling it in schools. They're teaching kids about sides and opinions. It's like a trend in our society. Like
I'm not sure.
everyone has to have
But
an opinion.
I'm
hold
not
on,
sure.
hold
I
on.
don't
When he
know.
was 13 years old, did he have an iPhone with all the news on it?
Okay, good point.
There's so many things now. Social media talks about it. You go on Instagram right now, you cannot not see anything about riots or anything about this politics right now. Even this other 13-year-old girl posts about it right now. So you can't avoid it. We didn't have that.
The exposure is so
The
much
exposure
greater.
is so much greater, as you said, right? So that's why it's different.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Technology probably plays the biggest the
Factor
biggest
in
role
all this,
in
yeah.
this phenomenon. But it's a true phenomenon. When we were younger, in the 90s and early 2000s, and 10, 15 years ago, 13 and 12-year-olds didn't have opinions on politics or God.
I'll tell you something
Now,
else.
well-
No one really listened to a 13-year-old back in the days. And now, a 13-year-old trying to state his opinion, oh, get the fuck out of here. Who
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
Now, it's like, oh my God, we got to listen to
Yeah.
everyone.
Now
it's, what do you
9-year-olds
mean?
have opinions, and you
Speak
need
your
to value
mind, your
yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
Well,
And we need to value it, right? Value the 9-year-old's
Right,
opinion.
right. Not shut them down and hear them out.
well, in a way, you kind of have to do that. You just want to value everyone because we didn't get any value, not just when it came to opinions or politics. I mean, as a 13-year-old,
Even personal
I would-
respect.
even personal respect
Yeah.
is would have been something I would have loved
Right.
because someone's just valuing whatever that is, whatever it is I'm doing.
Right.
Someone is recognizing it.
seeing
so,
you.
Yeah, but that's-
like really
so
seeing
in a way,
you.
it was aggressive to that side. So we didn't get anything. It wasn't no recognition, no anything. Now they're getting all the recognition.
Well, here's my question. Are 13-year-olds posting about it and talking about it because that's how they're getting seen? So they have the same emotional need that needs to be filled, but they're doing it
Through
differently.
politics.
They're doing it differently.
Well, that's why
Or
it's
blogging or whatever it is.
That's why it's weird. That's why it's, how do you not,
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. It's just interesting.
Yeah, so it's funny.
Isn't this
how-
about not having an answer, this podcast? We don't
It's
need
not.
an
We
answer.
don't know.
Right. It's
It's just interesting.
It's a very interesting phenomenon that society has come to this. Little kids, and I'm not just talking about little kids. I'm talking about adults. So what? I don't want to have an opinion on X, Y, and Z. The way that you get dragged in and pushed upon, you almost feel weird. Okay, so now I have to have an opinion, and then I have to defend the opinion. You can't just have an opinion, and then you got to defend it, and then you get torn apart. It's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose.
Entertainment politics is a lose-lose.
And that's the biggest part is if you don't have an opinion, like we talked a few minutes ago, is like you're an outcast. Something is wrong with you.
So that's
You
what
know,
I wanted to ask that. Like, how do you, because a lot of our friends are not very into politics. Some are, but I have a lot of friends that are not into politics, and that's pretty rare for 25, 30-year-olds not to be
I
into
don't.
politics. How do you feel like you like get through life like that? Is it weird, like we're discussing? I know when these big things happen, it gets a little weird, like pops into my mind. When we're going day to day, Trump did this, Trump did that, this happened, that happened, okay, like nobody cares. But when these big things happen, all of a sudden you feel like an outcast. You have to have an opinion. Is that how you feel about it too?
No, I don't think so. I think when it came to politics, I was always very clear that I don't care about politics. But when the whole Trump thing began and his when he ran for president, it was interesting. It was fun. It was comedy. So I naturally took his side. I didn't even know why. It was just fun. I knew my friends are on his side, so I took his side. But when it comes to politics, I have an emotional opinion. So I'll just get emotional, tell you what I think, and just move on. It's not political opinion. It's not because I have more knowledge than the other person. I'll just tell you, I just don't like Hillary Clinton. Her face is stupid. Bye. That's it. And
That's what my politics
I'll-
are. My opinions based on.
That's my opinion based on. I don't like it. I don't have to like
I
it.
can relate to what you're saying.
And that's it. So now the emotion is affecting me right now because it's all emotion, opinions, and it's all what I think. It's affecting me. That's why I don't want to be part of it.
So, yeah,
It's bringing up an emotion.
Yeah,
well,
it definitely.
It
is.
doesn't have to be connected to politics, but for some reason, through politics, it's bringing up an
Yeah,
emotion.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah. I want to slap Pinchas, but that's just nothing I can do.
You're clear enough, at least, to know that you get emotional if you get into politics. So,
Listen,
Good for
some
you.
people get it through music. Some people get it through TV. The hit, the feeling.
Some
It's
people
bringing
get
something
it through
up.
cocaine, bruh.
Not that kind of hit.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Speaking about
So you were
politics,
saying?
yeah, no, it's really funny because I grew up in a house, 11, right? I have 10 siblings, so 11 total plus two parents, so 13,
You did your math real quick.
right?
His math is on
Give me
point.
2 more beers.
His math is on point. I've never had this good math. Ask me what 3 + 3 is. I'm out.
Give me 2 more beers, and it'll
I'm
take
out.
a minute. Right?
I was in that house. Let me see if I agree with what you said.
13, right? Family of 13.
Well, I'm out on this.
And
I'm
what
out.
do
Give
you-
me a break for like 30 minutes.
No, this is about the political conversation we're having. We grew up with politics around our table Friday night and Saturday afternoon.
That's sad.
We didn't, there wasn't.
We had Zemiras.
There wasn't any singing. None of that
That's sad.
none of that traditional shit. Politics. So, I grew up with a family of thinkers, and everybody has an opinion, and right, all that stuff. But what's really interesting is that I was never so. I have my political values. I obviously lean more towards one. I can't not because of the way I grew up. I can't not think about these stuff. You're forced into it. But I was never public about it. I never cared enough about politics, kind of like we were just discussing.
Right.
To me, it's entertainment. It's more rah rah rah. It's cheerleading. It's fan based. It's literally entertainment to me. So
Winning an argument with your brother.
so I went 15 years. I mean, adult years, 18, whatever, 10, 15 years without doing that. Now with this whole pandemic, being boxed up inside with all the stuff that's going on,
It's forcing you in. It's pulling you
me.
in.
So I recorded 2 episodes. I didn't publish them yet. So you haven't heard them. I
With
recorded my
your brother?
first 2 episodes, me alone. That's political or quasi political.
How
And
bad
I'm like
is it?
biting myself if I want to go there because I feel like I'm a loose can, like a grenade, and it's just exploding. You know what I mean? So it's just funny.
It's
I
coming out.
recorded it. I don't know if I'm going to publish this. So if you're listening to this and there's
It
nothing
might
political
already be
before
out.
this, then,
Or
then I
not.
didn't
It
do it.
can open a lot of unwanted cans of worms.
Getting to that point where I don't give a fuck.
I know.
feel
I'm
like
just
now-
saying.
It's anger. It's anger because we feel out of
politics
control. We
can-
feel out of control. We feel like we don't have choices over going to a store or sitting down in a
For
restaurant.
me, I don't-
and other states are already open.
For me, I don't feel anger. I just feel like letting go.
Energy.
Stop.
Built up.
Instead of being principled about it, because I know it's stupidity.
That's politics for you.
Yeah. So I was always principled, and now it's like, you know what? You're dragging me
I'm
in.
out of the cage, motherfucker.
Right. So that's what I feel like is coming. So it's funny. So I'm going to go back
People-
and forth in my mind. If I want or
Politics
not
has
want.
ruined families, has ruined friendships and relationships. I don't feel like going there. It's not that important to me that, for me to state my opinion and just,
Fight it.
fight it.
Fight it to
and
death.
Yeah.
You got to watch what you say.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you're gonna make me delete those fucking episodes.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's like try to have Matti on and have him give his opinion.
You're not going to lose your friendship with him over politics.
I know. Well, hold up. I've gotten to points where I'm not talking about a specific person right now, but I've gotten to points where not politics, but like
You've gotten riled up.
conversations with certain people, and it wasn't about losing friendship. It was more like, you know what, fuck off.
Matti's listening to this right now.
No. I never get to that. No, I never argue with. I mean, we do, but
My point was you wouldn't forget it, just edit this out.
we're gonna edit. We're
not
gonna
editing
edit. We're gonna
shit out.
edit so many things that I'm like not. Like,
I was going to say, you wouldn't get to that point with Matti because you value the relationship too much.
Yeah. I wouldn't. No, exactly. It's not worth it for me. The conversation is not worth enough for me to,
This is why it's insane.
Fuck with a
Imagine
friend.
growing up in a family where you talk about politics every week, and being
Must
in
have been hard.
that cage.
I can
Well, it
see it
wasn't hard.
now
Plus,
when
it's
you guys
naturally.
when you guys are around, when you're around your family, sometimes it's very aggressive. The conversations are wild and like the arguments back and forth. I remember when I was at a meal at your house. I think it was your Shabbos Shevruchas or something, and I remember him having an argument with you or someone else, and I'm like, this fucking family, god damn it! You guys were so on and
Zach fit
back
right
and
in.
forth argument.
Also came from
Yankee
politics.
Kleinberger just lost on the side trying to find himself. It was crazy. it was just. And I'm like, well, this family.
Where did I
is
just
something.
land?
Huh?
Where did I just land?
This family is this something. 'Cause I come from a family where it wasn't such a thing. We didn't know about politics. There was no. The conversation was about what the neighbor did and who.
So that's the question. Did you guys get riled up about something that wasn't politics?
Look, we're humans. We have energy. We fought.
What
we,
you
we
guys get
argued
riled up about?
About who the peckler and stuff.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was about something, you know. I don't know, competition, or this new cream cheese came out. Did you try it? It sucks. I hate Mahadran. I love the other one. It was stupid conversation. And you know what? If I go back to my family now, when I go back, this is still the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody.
It's different
gotta
dynamics.
calm
It's
down,
different
bro.
dynamics.
Everybody
But
gotta
it's family. We
calm
love
Different-
family.
down. Y'all gotta breathe.
Yeah, everybody just calm down. Calm down. Let the people know how we spell calm.
I love drama families. Drama
Yeah.
families are so cute.
Look, you know what? Families are everything, especially to me. Family is a very important thing, but family could be very difficult though. Like a fight with a family member could be worse than fighting with a friend. It's so personal. Family members, like a sister or brother, sometimes won't care about what you think or like how you feel. They'll say something because that's what they want to say, not even care or not even measure it. That's how bad it
They'll
is.
go all the way. They won't hold back.
Friends will never do that. They will never cross a line. It's just weird, and you just gotta be.
Gneshe knows.
You
Cold.
gotta
know
embrace it.
Yeah, you guys do that for sure. You
It's
guys do
cold, callous, and calculated.
that. You guys for sure do that.
The problem is when I'm fighting with my mother. That's the problem.
Like my brother has no problem telling me. You're trying to get married. Ain't nobody wants you.
Ooh, burn.
Who the fuck wants to live with you? No problem. And walk away as if you just want an argument. For me, it's like, bitch, first of all, you don't fucking say that.
Yeah, that's bad.
And second,
But you see,
what
when we say
happens
stuff like
is-
that to each other, that's the type of stuff we wouldn't say.
no, I think there's a lot of manners missing in certain families. Like,
But we will go low, but it's in other areas, like in
well,
politics,
everyone
like
has
in
different ways,
politics,
yeah.
like in politics, it'll
We
come
go
out.
hard.
Yeah.
We go hard.
It's hard, yeah.
We go personal. We go hard.
it's
Okay.
like like you
Dude, I agree. It's fucking hard. We have 15 groups. Every group has less one of the siblings.
What do you mean?
So you have, right?
Stop it.
You gotta have.
We have one with just the
stop
siblings.
it.
Then we have one with my mother. Then we have one with my father.
Oh wow.
There's the girls,
Then
the
we
boys,
have-
and then there's a group for every person minus one person. So we could talk about that person.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Bro.
It's tough. All right, I
Oh,
can
come
imagine.
on.
We
man.
gotta keep the peace.
It's a
That's-
fucking army. There's generals, captains, everything.
tough.
There's a whole fucking regiment. You gotta upkeep.
You never walk away from an argument with your sister, let's say, or your brother. You walk away feeling so angry at her, like really, like you shouldn't have said that. This really bothered
I
me.
shouldn't.
And you walking away,
You walk away feeling that way.
feeling hurt from a conversation in your family.
Only not
No.
hurt.
Forget
Piss me off.
Angry.
Because of politics.
Angry.
angry, angry because she crossed the line.
No.
She said your podcasts are stupid.
No, we only have that on politics.
She said something, and it was in the conversation.
I
I'm
have
telling-
it. I'll have it with my mother, and
I'm
hopefully
telling
she's
you
not
no.
listening. But I'll have it. I'll get really riled up.
She'll
My
be
mother-
listening. It's like, well, look.
No, she'll be on the next episode and talk shit about you. It's
But
fine.
I'll.
This is how we work.
But
Nothing personal, Gneshe,
You're
but I gotta
so
straighten
big.
your ass
You're
out.
so
But I don't
big.
know if you guys have this, where
that's
I'll
our
come
family.
back and try to make amends afterwards, or apologize, or have calm things down and have a conversation afterwards.
Speaking of mommy, what do you think
You
about...
have boundaries though that most people and men mostly don't have. Like it's
So
something
that doesn't
I probably
happen.
wouldn't do. It's a boundary that you have. You don't go so far. And if someone crosses the line, you let them know you crossed the line. I don't think
You can't. You won't. You wouldn't do that.
I don't think I would do that. No.
Well, in our family, we only cross the line in arguing.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, we don't really throw real personal epithets. Just political. Oh, you're stupid. I mean, whatever.
And
whatever.
look,
stupidity.
I'm not talking. I'm not.
Nothing. nothing that
talking
really
about my
hurts.
family. If any of my family members are listening to this, I'm not like saying this is what my family
We're
does.
gonna
But
You
send
don't
them
have to. 1 second. You don't have to take it back.
what I'm
no,
saying
we're gonna
is,
send every one of his siblings a
no,
fucking
what I'm
USB
saying is
of
like
this shit.
it can get like we can get into heated conversations where they can say things like, "Oh, you think you understand the fashion? Look at you. You have
Yeah, sure.
but, like, it
That's
goes-
the hallmark of a good family
But
fight.
then it just
Rip
goes
each other.
personal, and then it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
so
it
you
hurts.
can walk away.
So you're right. It
hurt-
is boundaries, by the way.
And it hurts the worst.
It is
But
boundaries.
But what happens is
but
I
what-
fight back.
Okay, so I was
get
okay. So
so
pause.
mad and I fight back.
I was just gonna say that it's actually your job to set your own personal boundaries. You can't expect them to
No,
do
for
it.
sure not. Oh, I understand.
But if you you go right back into it because it's familiar to you
No, I have a way of dealing with it that I've been dealing with it
for your
all
whole
my
life, so it's familiar
So
to you.
when that happens again, I just go back to the same
Right,
rage.
right.
I'm red in the
Yeah.
face. I'm ready to murder a fucking person.
and that's why they keep doing it.
they right. It's like
Well, family, it's funny because family we
Family
take
is
the most
weird. This is what
personal,
I'm saying.
right? It hurts the
hurts
most
the
because that
most.
fucker
Hurts
who
the
knows
most.
me.
Because
they
they're
have
so
to say that. They
close.
have to,
they're so important to us. This is why we take it so personal.
I don't think
because
they,
they're so close to
but
us.
I don't
They're so-
think siblings know what they're doing when they do that. I don't
It's
think
all
they mean it so
subconscious.
personal.
they don't. I don't. Think
They
do.
just
I agree.
say the right things that trigger you because you both come from the same family. It's funny, but you reminded me. You mentioned mommy. What are your thoughts on intermittent fasting? Let's talk about this, Gneshe. I mean, let's.
I'm not rolling my eyes right now.
I don't. You need to explain that though
Yeah,
first.
Hershey
before
doesn't
we're gonna
know.
talk
Like,
about it.
tell Hershey what it is. I mean, get
Is
us
it a-
acquainted.
What is it about?
well,
Inter-
how personal intermittent fasting.
Okay, I know fasting.
Okay, so intermittent fasting is where you have breaks in between. So let's say you choose 16 hours of fasting.
That's not fasting. Just saying.
16 hours of fasting. 8
What-
hours of eating during the day.
Hold on. Hey, wait. We're talking about
You've
like
heard of
Tisha
this?
B'Av or
No,
whatever?
every day.
No.
Lifestyle.
Oh.
It's a little like Tisha B'Av, but you get to eat during the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Lifestyle. You start out, let's say, 16-8.
Okay.
Nothing for 16. Okay to eat for 8. And you cut it down eventually to 6, 4. Some people do 4 hours a day. So from 12 in the afternoon to 4 p.m. you can eat. All the other hours you don't.
What's
You could
behind
drink,
it?
but
Why do people do
It's
that?
weight
Supposedly
loss,
it's healthy.
but it's also healthy. I never got into this with you.
Uh,
Because we were talking about macros.
Y'all gotta
Intermittent fasting is like the new thing.
Yeah, y'all got to calm down. Y'all got to breathe.
I've heard of
So
not
the
that, but I've
concept
heard
would
of
be-
people
so the concept-
fasting,
The concept would be
starving themselves to death. Yeah,
okay.
I've heard
No,
that.
okay, we're not promoting that.
Yeah, I've
We're
heard
not-
people not being
So the
happy
con-
because they can't eat.
So the concept would be you wait till let's say 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
afternoon.
Eat your 2-3 meals.
Okay.
Finish by 8.
2-3 meals in the afternoon.
From 1 to 7 or 1
And you
to 8
finish
or
at
12 to 8. It's 8 hours.
You can eat whatever you want, baby.
No, not whatever
No,
you
hold
want. That's
on.
not the point. The point
8
is that by the
o'clock is-
time you're eating, you're hungry. So you sit down and prepare yourself a proper meal. You're not going to be hungry
You can eat
again.
whatever you want, baby.
You're not going to be hungry again for another 2, 3, 4 hours.
The reason
You
why
eat dinner.
the reason why you can
You
eat
eat
whatever
dinner.
you want matters is because it's not a diet. In that
Hold
sense.
your horse.
You could go ham, but only for a couple hours. Think about that. Let that.
He's
soak up.
soaking it.
But hold on a second. This
You
this
stop
is
at 8.
Close to normal.
But
You wake up in the
observe
morning.
yourself. Observe yourself. Do you stop at 8?
You stop eating at 8.
Yeah.
Okay, it's bedtime for people. People go to sleep. They don't.
Okay, you're saying it makes sense, but in theory, but do you actually do it?
No. There's a lot of
okay.
things I talk about and I don't do. This is interesting. So you wake up in the morning. You don't eat.
So you don't need.
You
let's
don't
say,
eat-
till
you
12
skip
I'm
breakfast.
asking, right? So
You
you
skip
don't eat
breakfast.
until 1
Depends
o'clock.
what hours you chose to eat. If you want to do a more morning eating routine,
Remember when I said I wanted to run before I ate? It's that concept. So people will get up, work out, start their day, and then lunch is your first meal.
What's behind it?
There's health
is it-
benefits.
well, the big idea is
Is
that
it the
obviously
commitment to a schedule?
no. So the
There's
first thing is
time for the fat in your body. There's time for the food to metabolize, and then your body starts burning off the fat, the extra fat that's in there,
so first is weight loss.
The body does that when you sleep.
So
up until a point.
right. So it'll definitely make you skinny, no doubt. It'll start burning real fat off your body. Mm-hmm. And people who live that lifestyle, who really follow it, they say like they feel energized.
You could drink water or any clear liquid, so you're hydrated, and you're eating. Your food hours are between whatever, either 8 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours.
So I'm learning about this stuff. I'm looking into it. So I think it really like.
Is your mom on this?
Do you ever feel like a fat fuck?
Yeah, I feel like
so that's
you
the
brought
joke.
it up
That's the
because
joke.
one-
So why'd you bring it up?
I brought it up
Because
because you
this is an
reminded me of
argument.
Ma, because Ma's doing it.
Is this an argument of in your family?
no.
Some people think it's right. And
No,
some
we
people
moved
don't
on
like it.
from the arguing.
No, it was never a family discussion. I just know my mother's doing it, and Gneshe loves my mother, so I figured we'll have a conversation.
I
about
love my
something.
mother,
Who
and she
doesn't love their mother,
riles me the fuck up.
Who doesn't love their mother, huh?
By the way, two emotions
Lots
could
of
exist
people.
at once.
And guess who just raised their hand?
We won't mention
Yes, let's not talk about her.
bystanders.
Yeah.
Two emotions could exist at once.
No. I'm looking
Like
into
you
intermittent
said,
fasting.
your family knows how to rile you up.
Yeah, they do. Every time I go to my
Do
family,
you feel
I
like
come out this.
you eat well? Or
If
you ever
I-
feel shitty about your
if I feel-
eating routine?
I feel like I eat well. Yeah. Well,
I want to know how those Fritos were on the boat.
The thing is,
How good did they make you feel?
the what?
I'm still traumatized.
The Fritos that I handed him
Yeah.
on the boat,
Fritos
on the
that we had on
kayak.
the boat. I don't remember the Fritos. I don't remember. Was it Fritos?
It was Fritos.
So I remember I was hungry. So I love food. I do. It gets me
He
excited.
cannot wait till 12.
Intermittent fasting, baby.
I don't think I can fast. No, I think
You can't fast
being on
until
a
12?
healthy diet is something I would love to do, and I'm really looking.
Why?
I'm really.
So this is what I'm asking, because for example, I don't have a good eating pattern, so I have a little bit of a belly. So I feel horrible about my horrible eating pattern. So I start thinking about things like intermittent fasting, because I want to solve the issue.
So
I don't have self-control. The food's there, bro. I'm eating. I'm in my prime. Rah, fucking lying.
So why do you
overeating?
think? So why do you
eating,
think the fasting thing is going to work for you?
Because
if
that
you don't
shit
have self-control-
works. That
But
shit
you don't have
works.
self-control.
I'll tell you why. Because if you start with 8 hours eating a day,
No.
you might overeat the first 5 days, but you get into this routine that you then feel fine with less food. Your body gets
I
used
definitely
to
heard
less
you.
food.
So you're part of this now.
she's moving this all over the place.
She almost had a heart attack.
The manager, the
man's a little
storekeeper,
out of control
the
right now.
storekeeper's got to
She's
get
a little
shit
bit
under
out of control, but we'll get through this. Everybody calm down. But I was gonna say is, so you don't have self-control, so that's why you eat and eat, you pound yourself. Well, it starts with this.
So, but
It
then what
starts
you're
with-
saying is it ties into the same concept as intuitive eating.
What I'm saying is,
If you let yourself have
you might not
whatever
think
you
about intermittent
like,
fasting because you might feel good about your eating habits. When you start feeling shitty, that's when these conversations start. So I feel shitty, so I'm thinking about it. That's why I'm wondering what Gneshe thinks about it. I don't know much about weight loss and none of that. I don't care about that stuff. I'm pretty healthy. I overeat a little bit, so I have a belly. I want to solve that. I don't have the control. Maybe with a routine. I like routine type of stuff.
so that's one
maybe
thing,
routine
yeah.
will be good for me.
This is
After
what I
8
was
o'clock,
gonna
I
say.
can't eat. End of
This is
story.
what I
It's
was gonna say.
structure.
It's not just
It's
just
structure.
the food. It starts with your schedule.
Yeah.
If you go to sleep at 4 a.m., bruh, you're gonna eat potato chips at 2 a.m.
No,
It's just what it is.
So with intermittent
Because
fasting,
if you go to sleep at 4 a.m., you're not gonna stop eating at 8 and just not eat for 17 hours.
You
Guess
can.
the math is not good.
You
but
can.
You got what I'm saying?
you can.
You
You can
can,
though.
but if you
when
have a
we
normal
were
schedule,
out,
right? When you have a normal schedule, going to sleep normal, okay, waking up normal, eating normal breakfast, working, eating lunch. When you have a normal schedule, it's easier. I'm not saying this is the key, but I'm saying it's easier for you to have a normal, normal food habit, normal eating habit, right? Because you're on a normal schedule. Is that right?
yes. However,
You know what I ate last night at 1 a.m.?
well, there you go.
Guess. You already guessed.
Fritos.
Let me tell you something.
Potato chips,
It wasn't good.
Hershey's chocolate. but wait a second. Wait a second. You know how much? You know
He
how
was
much?
thinking of you last night.
You know how much snack I have in my drawer? And let's-
Every time I look at a snack,
oh
I
shit!
think
She's
of
pulling
you.
up a picture. Don't pull up a picture.
Every
Jesus
time
No,
Christ.
okay, I want to know if you ever tried intermittent fasting.
Wait a second. No. We're not
I
hitting
wanted-
there yet. You know why? Because we went on a weekend last week, and there were 2 boxes of snack left over. So where do you think that goes? In my bedroom, next
Oh.
to my computer.
Yeah, I
Hello, hi.
She has
I had no
designated
doubt.
drawers.
So
I had no
2
doubt.
a.m. I'm eating potato
By the way,
chips.
I can see I can see their socks and t-shirts laying on the floor, and the chips are nicely placed in the thing. You know what I'm saying?
So when you get to this point in life,
No.
intermittent fasting.
Intermittent
you
fasting
might start
is the
thinking.
So if
That's
I
fine.
wait
If you
until
start fasting,
12 or
you'd be
1
cured.
o'clock, I'm actually hungry at that point.
If you wake up, you mean?
If I start eating.
If you start fasting, you'd be fine.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, you wouldn't have those pains.
If I'm fasting until 12 or 1 p.m.,
Right.
then the pain passes, and then I'm actually hungry by the time I eat.
Yeah. Well,
And
you've
then I
never
finish
tried
at
it,
8, so I
Ganesh,
have.
So Ganeshi's
I do
Ganeshi's a
it.
proponent. She
I am a
promotes
proponent
this.
because I actually do it, and the point is that I finish at 8,
No, it's big
and
stuff.
then there's enough time for the food to process by the time you go to
The
sleep.
truth is, it's a big thing. There's a huge community
Guys,
of people living
You're
it.
talking
it's
about it
huge
like
stuff.
I do it. I know. We were
Yeah,
on that
that's
weekend.
why-
I was not eating after 8 o'clock. So
That's-
you're talking about eating at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't eating.
That's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm bringing it up. So
Well, good for you.
so maybe when I'm done with my
Good for you.
two
I
drawers
ate
of
a
snack, I'll test it out. You know,
Yeah.
I have no problem. For me, it's very easy. A lot of people are very hungry in the morning. I have no problem going past lunch without food.
Yeah, see, that's
My
not
issue
healthy.
is
Later on at night.
and then it fucks me up because then I'm laying in bed and I can't even lay because the food's coming up in my chest because I overeat too. So when I eat protein, when I eat at night dinner, eating that chicken instead of eating one piece, I eat 4.
This is
So then I'm
why
laying in
I
bed.
think that's very unhealthy, though.
Right.
So I start the day with breakfast. You start with a good, healthy breakfast, and it keeps you going till lunch or a little longer. I'm more productive. My brain is working. Everything is working. I feel good. My body
So
feels
you
good.
can
Because
start
I
in the
can eat,
morning.
because I need to eat. Now, again, some people can't eat in the morning, and they can go strong
Hershey, you can
till
do
1 o'clock. So I don't
Hershey,
know.
you can do your 8 hours from, let's say, 10 a.m. until...
Yeah,
do the
honey,
math.
I ain't doing the 8 hours of fasting. I eat.
No,
I
no,
eat when
no.
I
It's
can.
16 hours of fasting. If you're 8 hours of eating...
That's where you start.
I do
then you
16
cut
hours
that
of
down
eating.
to like
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 hours.
No.
Listen,
Look,
it doesn't work for everyone.
you're-
For me, it
you're-
worked because of the gas pain.
But Hershey's a scrawny little bitch. Like, have you ever hit your prime?
Yeah, thanks for telling the people, right? And describing it to the people. Hi.
Okay, you got a little,
Yeah.
you got a little stomach, a little something
Okay,
going.
yeah, it's bothering me a little bit. No.
Like when you hit your prime, when you're just devouring everything, even the bowl itself. Like you're eating cereal, you eat the cereal, the milk, and then you eat the whole bowl.
yeah,
You
I
ever
eat
got
the-
to that point?
I eat a bowl all the time.
So when you
Bowl's
get to
best
that,
the
part.
ball and the spoon.
Bowl's best part.
You finish off with a spoon.
Yeah, I finish out the spoon. I just
pla-
chew the
if it's-
spoon.
if it's
Chew that
plastic, it
spoon
goes
down.
This
down.
is the thing we do. This is the thing we do, right?
Yeah.
You can't not do it, right?
That's
Chew
the
a
thing.
cup or just in a...
Nochi, I want you to try it and tell me what it feels like.
Y'all don't get it. I'm blaming my indiscretions on being in my prime. 28 years old, been overeating. So I just call it. I say I'm in my prime.
But
No,
we're-
bitch.
well,
you have a
you're-
fucking eating problem.
You're gonna blow the fuck up, though. You're gonna blow up.
No.
Well, like he's not there yet?
He's not
it's just a
there yet.
stomach.
No, he has a good upper body. He's
He's
not there yet.
blown. He's blown.
It's a nice little belly.
But hell-
15, 20 pounds. It's got to go. It's got to go.
He'll blow up.
He's
He'll blow
blown.
If Sharon doesn't stop, making good food, I mean, look,
Hey, like a
The
little
food she's making
compliment
is
to
not
the
the
wife,
issue.
right?
I was on a
The
popcorn
food she's
and
making.
soup diet.
1 second. The food she's making is not the issue.
Gotta bring
No,
Joe
no.
It's
Rogan
your
up
nosh,
in here.
noshing that's the issue.
No, even if I don't nosh, because there are times when I don't have snack, I just overeat even main dishes. I eat till it hurts.
That's fine.
I
If
eat
you're
till it
eating for
hurts.
8 or 6 hours of the day.
Yeah, I don't do that either. No, I eat, all day. But
He night
Always
eats.
By the way, as soon as we arrived to this vacation resort, this house, he popped a bag of potato chips
Yeah,
before we
yep.
can even settle.
It gives
into
you
the house.
comfort. Does
Walks
food give you
out,
comfort?
Potato chip is out. He walks out and they're just hanging out with the bag. And as the whole 3 days,
and food makes you
he's been
feel
eating.
shitty.
But it gives you comfort.
I don't know
No,
what.
you know what? It makes me happy watch you eat.
So look, a year ago,
The
This is how happy I
Fritos.
get.
The Fritos.
This is how happy I get. I see him eat at 4 a.m. pounding a burger when he didn't need it. There was no ounce in his body that asked for that burger. But he ate it and his wife served him and his wife was with him on his on his habits, on his crazy habits, just pounding on.
hell yeah,
Burgers.
woman of valor. But listen, a year ago I had invented my own diet. It was the popcorn soup diet.
Was it instant soup at least?
No. Real. She'd make good soup. My wife would cook up some real good soup, all kinds of soup, and I would microwave popcorn and soup for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro.
Poor kid. Can we call?
Did you get sick of it?
No. I wish I was on the diet now.
Popcorn and soup? If I tell my
It's
mother
my
this, she'll make dinner for you every night. Just the fact that
It's my
you
own
eat.
diet.
That's a diet?
It's his own
my
diet.
version
It's
of
his
a diet.
invention.
Invention.
Yeah, come on, bro.
And you wonder why he's blowing up.
Yeah.
Anyway, no.
Well, I'll tell you what. I do have to say this. I don't believe in diets. I believe the same concept that you're talking about, where you can eat for 8 hours and you'll stuff yourself at the beginning, but then you'll get used to it at some point, and you're not going to be stuffing yourself in those hours. It's the same concept with dieting, where if you deprive certain food groups, eventually at some point you're going to need it or want it or crave it and binge on it. So it's different with intermittent fasting, just because you're not restricting certain food groups.
Yes, I think
That's what I
dieting
believe that.
sucks. Intermittent fasting sounds a little interesting because you could eat whatever you want, right? You could eat whatever you want when you're doing intermittent fasting, but you got to just follow the structure, the hours.
Yeah.
So I think it's something to look into. It's aight. Whatever. It is what it is.
It's good though. You feel good when you restrict yourself to foods and eating healthy. It really does good for your mental state, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
And if you don't believe that, try it. You'll see it. Stop eating them popcorn, lay the pipe, and just eat healthy. Salad, vegetables, it shouldn't torture you.
How's that belly treating you?
It sucks. But
how's that salad?
That's because I eat all the potatoes and eggs and fried shit and cheese, but
I think generally
I
we
think the
just
belly is because
eat too much.
I don't work
I think
out.
generally we
Yes, what she's saying. That's the issue that I have. There's no issue because I work out, I run, I'm healthy, I do push-ups, I do weights, I do certain things. I stay healthy. I just eat too much.
You know
I
why you
simply
eat too much? You know why you eat too much? Because you starve yourself until that dinner,
Okay, but
until
1
that
second.
meal. If you eat 2 hours before dinner or 3 hours before dinner, just a little snack. Come dinner, you're normal.
So for
You're not a goat. You're not an elephant.
It's not true, but that goes back to the intermittent fasting myth
Which is?
that you're hungry by the time you eat. It's structured when you stop, so you can eat as
What
much
do
as
you
you
mean it's
need.
structured when you stop?
Because it's 8 hours or it's 6 hours. So from when that...
But you're hungry now. Your first meal after you fasting, you will stuff your face until it comes out of your eyes.
Not necessarily.
Why not? You're hungry though.
So
This is
you're
what I
gonna
do when
eat.
I'm hungry.
You eat a normal meal.
But
once you're full, you're full.
But this is what he's saying. He has a problem because he'll stuff himself, right? That's what you'll do.
Yeah.
You'll stuff yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't eat for 8 hours or whatever, how long that is, when you finally get the meal, you'll start pounding until you can't breathe anymore.
Yeah, but they say with
Until
intermittent
you
fasting,
get used to it,
right, you
and
get used to
also
it.
your stomach shrinks.
So there's this funny phenomenon they say about intermittent fasting that
No.
after a couple of days or a couple of weeks, you get into this habit. Like your body doesn't need that extra, and you have more energy
Exactly.
with that. You're kind of getting used to having less food in your body. Your body needs less,
Exactly.
and you get into this like.
And you're
trip of
wondering
it.
why I've been getting into running.
You're just
Right.
dying.
I
Look,
can
you
run
probably feel
easily. I
better.
could run more easily. I
You prob-
couldn't run before.
Good. If it's helping you, right? You feel stronger
I can run easily
can run
without my
easily.
stomach hurting. I can run.
and you have better breathing. Your
Everything.
cardio is better. That's it. I mean, if it helps, it works for
Listen,
you.
I'm not going to say it works for everyone, but we're talking about it, and I'm telling you I've tried it. I'm telling you it works for me.
That's what it comes down to. It works for you. You believe in it. I mean, people only eat what's that diet? The red meat diet only. What is it called?
But that's a diet.
But that's
You're
also-
back to
you're
talking about diet.
But that's restricting yourself.
This is
to
not
eating.
restriction. I'm pro-intuitive eating.
Diet is a scam industry. The
I'm
whole
pro-intuitive
industry is a scam.
eating, but I'm pro-feeling good also.
Got it.
You know what works really well to lose weight?
No.
Backpacking. Go on a hike. That works really well.
Well, that's a tough one right there. That's hard work.
Because of the nonstop calorie burn. You just cannot eat. You cannot eat enough to replace the calories you're burning in a full day hike.
And you probably eat because your body needs it. You're probably hungry too, but your body needs it so bad that you stuff your food. Whatever you put into your body is because your body needs it. The nutrition that you put into your body, I'm assuming, after a lot of hard work, a lot of walking, it must be tough.
So what's really interesting about backpacking specifically is that you're burning so much calories.
No.
And what you're replacing it with when you stop for like lunch and dinner and stuff like that doesn't replace it. Just on the 2-day hike that we did the other week with the guys, you weren't there. I was there with some of the boys. I lost 5 pounds just in 2 days. Just in 2 days. And I ate normal. I ate till I was full. Also, just the idea of tapping into that routine, where you eat enough and you feel good and your body's not really
just
craving
as much as your body needs. That's it.
I love it. I lived a majority of portion of my life that way. I know what it feels like. I completely aware that I'm overeating.
You mean not eating?
Yeah, no, just eating right. Like eating just enough and you feel good and you're not always, But you feel it's very easy to tap into that when you're doing an exercise like backpacking. But something about my routine. Something about my routine
that is not good right now. That needs to be.
I do the runs. It doesn't change. It doesn't. There's something to it.
Well, you haven't tried it long enough. That could probably be it.
What? Haven't tried what long enough?
Eating healthy and running and working out.
No. I just
your
don't eat,
running
I don't eat
habit. Your running might change. You might feel better running if you change the way you eat.
Oh, absolutely.
What you eat. Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. My eating habits now make me feel shitty all around in everything I do. It makes me not be able to run. Heavy, disgusting, and ugh.
Yeah.
I had that. You know how much I complain. Shit talked about running.
By the way, if you guys want to know why she was quiet, she was gone for a few minutes. That's the only reason why she was quiet.
Yeah. It's the only time we could get her to shut her fucking mouth. Yeah. Wait. Everybody calm down. I think we finished our beers. Let me open another one, Jesus.
Yeah. Whatever that is, yeah.
The nanny is showing us options. The butler.
Yeah, our manager.
The project manager. The coordinator.
She's really good at it, though. It's like she's just right there whenever
she loves
you need a
shit.
beer. She didn't even ask me if I needed a beer. She just got up. She knew I needed a beer. That's how
Take
good it
me
was.
to every podcast. I'm gonna serve.
Yeah, exactly. That's great.
You do that. Okay, time to open this. Listen to this. Listen. Okay.
You just ruined it.
I ruined the sizzle. God damn.
Okay,
We gotta
here we go
get
again.
better at this.
Here we go again.
No sizzle. Sorry, you are out of this.
You guys weirdos. You guys sound like the ASMR videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
ASMR.
ASMR is it called? What is it? Yeah. It's people listening to just sounds of people eating and sounds
like
of
yeah.
And this is exactly what they do. They
like
open
this.
cans of but it gets worse. They eat shit. Okay, so they just put a plate of stuff on it. They just eat it, and you watch the motherfucker eat.
Nice.
Okay, now they do the same thing. They open the can, they drink. So you hear
So
them
people
slurping. It's disturbing, but it's a thing. They have
people
tons
find
of
the
views.
sounds extremely satisfying and calming.
It's definitely a thing. I did some research on ASMR. It's a very big thing in therapy. People listening to sounds and even
it's
people
calming,
talking, but in a very quiet
whispering, like whispering.
Whisper, right.
Yeah, is that a doctor in the house?
Exactly.
That's what it is. You need a doc. All right, listen, woman, you have kids, right? Okay, I have one kid, but you have kids.
I have children.
Kids.
She has a big boy now.
She has children, right?
Adult
I have a big boy in the house.
Maybe we. Oh, there's one of them. Maybe we should have. Maybe I should interview one of your kids on the next podcast, on the next episode. Sex ed.
Oh no.
Raw.
He's backing out.
Yeah, he's backing
out.
His face
He's
is
backing
turning
out.
all
Where you running, bitch?
fast.
Come back.
Yeah, he's getting there now.
No,
well, boy, we're gonna get there one day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one day.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
If Hershey's here every Tuesday for a podcast,
Well, you're gonna learn some things.
we need shit to talk about.
Yeah. yeah, we're gonna have to learn about things.
You're not gonna get away. You're not gonna get out of this. That also reminds me of those people who eat hot sauce, or what was that show?
Oh, the hot wings. We did that once.
The Hot Wings is a show on YouTube. They're called Hot Ones. They're called, and he interviews celebrities on Hot Ones.
Our butler approves.
She's freaking out, but I'll tell you what, I love it too. I watch all his videos.
Somebody give her the mic. Let her say something.
So what he does,
Can I just say that I absolutely love
It's great.
that show, and
It's
I'm
so
obsessed
great.
with hot sauces.
Yep,
My
yep.
favorite part is how people try so hard to keep their composure when really they are dying,
They're dying inside.
All they want to
They
do
are
is just shove
fucking
their
dying
head
inside.
in milk, and they're trying to be cool for their interview, and they can't handle themselves.
so this is the idea of the show. Why? What's the purpose of the show, right? Can't you just talk to celebrity, interview a celebrity, and drink beer?
To show people's weaknesses and their
It's
lack
not just
of
right.
tolerance
Plus,
to
it's like
handle
taking
the
a
pressure.
celebrity that we look up to, and he's like on a higher level. You lower him to human being standard. You're gonna suffer as much as we do when we eat wings, and all of a sudden, they can't eat, and it's like fans can relate, and it's interesting to see Kevin Hart struggle.
Psychology.
The
fucking-
humanness.
the humanness inside. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen to the psychology.
I
of
think,
that.
yeah, because I think people are just enamored and they don't see that side of celebrities. And
Oh my gosh, he's human too.
He's human
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Hart on the wing stuff was so funny. It was hilarious. Watch it. It's him trying to eat and trying to act normal, but he's acting up and sweating, taking off his shirt. It was all crazy.
You like that shit, huh?
Yeah, and it's a crazy show.
I
It's,
don't know, I'm
it's-
sweating from this beer.
You like stupid shows?
Hmm?
You like stupid shows?
I only watch stupid shows. It's like
It's a good
addictive.
distraction.
Like a drug.
It's distraction.
Honey, you know
That's
what show?
distraction.
What's that show called? That sex show? No sex.
Sex sent me to the ER.
No.
Oh.
The show where you know have
Ooh,
sex.
they watch a few different ones.
Watch y'all do it.
I don't watch stupid shit.
Oh, Danzy watches that one.
That's a lie. You don't
No.
watch stupid shit. We all watch stupid shit,
The
and it's just
show
such a
where they're-
getaway.
They're so hot and you can't have sex until the end.
Too hot to handle.
You watch that? Come
I'm
on.
sure I
you
did.
love it. You don't just watch. You worship it.
No, nah, not like
Like
that.
when
We
you watch.
watched
I
two
used to-
episodes, the first and the last.
I watched the whole thing. You guys do that. It's weird. You guys always do that, and it's so strange. You guys watched the Game of Thrones. They started from the last episode. They went back. What? They went.
Excuse me, I was an avid Game of Thrones watcher, waiting every week for it.
I've heard you guys do that before. It's
Wait,
pretty strange.
what do they do?
They when they watch a season of something, they start from the last episode. Now that they know what the fuck happened, they go back.
No, we'll watch the first one.
This
and if
couple
we're
is
not
weird.
that interested, we'll just watch the last one. Start with the first,
Well, it
end with the
depends.
last,
I'm
skip the
telling you,
middle.
this is a different
It depends
creature now.
which.
This is different.
I have a different question.
This
Like
is a whole
Hershey, when
nother
you
level.
when you're done watching like 4 or 5, you binge watch like 10 episodes
I don't binge watch.
of Kardashians.
I don't.
And then you go in
watch
front of like the
Kardashians.
mirror. Like, how do you feel about yourself?
Like
you
a
feel
woman.
proud?
like a pretty woman.
I feel just like a woman.
I just feel like a woman. Every pimple on my face bothers me. I'm so mad at it.
So then you watch Dr. Pimple Popper. What's the fucking problem?
Well,
One big pimple.
Instant cure.
well, look, it's the watching the
Grosses me
Kardashians and
out.
stuff. But I used to watch the Jersey Shore. I used to love it. And,
He's coming clean.
and I'm coming clean now. Now going back and just watching on YouTube, just to go back and see what I used to like. It really questions everything that I was back in the days. Like, who was I? I don't even know. Like, how did I watch this? This was so stupid. But
Tell us.
They have fans, they have viewers. People liked it. I was one of them, and I'm kind of
My fear is that he's still one of them. This is what we're talking about. Watching
Nah,
those
I think I would come
stupid,
clean
mindless
with it.
shows.
Yeah, this show Too Hot to Handle was like Jersey Shore. It's tough, but it's pretty funny. So, it's a show about, you watched it. It's a show about girls and boys come to, they put girls and boys in a house somewhere in Mexico, in a nice beautiful house, and they basically have to mingle, but they can't hook up or have sex or anything else. So what happens is there's a pot of like $100,000. Every time a girl and a boy hook up, or even a girl and a girl, the pot loses money. Now, this $100,000 is everyone's money. So now, if I kiss a girl, you're gonna be mad at me because I lost you money. Now it's about that we're gonna.
So the
split
struggle's familiar.
And they make it really difficult, though, because they stack it up against you. First, they don't tell you the objective from the outset.
No.
So for a couple hours, you get to mingle.
You think you're
And
going
all
to
of-
fuck everyone.
All
in
of the
this
girls
house.
and guys are really hot, right? Abbed out, muscle, skinny, the whole 9 yards. So they come together. They're all like choosing already,
Party.
purring, fucking choosing their mates. They want to breed.
I'm
And
definitely.
then-
This guy's like, that's definitely she's definitely my type. I'm definitely gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And they're already talking about what they're gonna
Dude,
do. And
within
then
the
all
first
of a
10
sudden
hours-
the bell goes up.
Within the first 10 hours, they're already some of them are already kissing and making out. This is the world we live in. Don't look at me. I didn't do nothing.
So it's a reality show.
And then they tell them,
it's like a reality show.
you're gonna be like what? What is it? A
And
month
then-
or two without
yeah,
that shit?
it's a month or two together, and then so what the point of the show is that they're gonna teach you how to build intimate connections and how to
Right, without the
just-
sex.
Yeah. So people fall in love, whatever. So when there's a relationship that's kind of cooking, and then there's people that are getting close, the mic or whatever you call that, her name was, I forgot what her name was. She gathers the people around. She tells everyone, I noticed that this guy and this girl are working close on their relationship. Now I'm gonna give them a night in this special suite. So she's testing them
To see if they'll
She's
hook up?
putting them in a suite to sleep overnight by themselves in a beautiful suite with a hot tub and everything and champagne. Now, you can't do anything.
Will they pass the test?
Will they pass the test? So they go into the suite, and most of them don't pass. Just saying.
I wonder if there's like a
Spoiler
statistic.
alert.
Spoiler alert: they don't fucking pass.
I wonder if there's like a statistic that shows, if it's more single people who watch that shit or people in relationships.
So I don't know.
It's a lot of
Well,
lost
I
souls.
just said.
A lot of lost souls that watch that show. People
Come here,
that are
come
just
on,
lost.
scoot next to me. Come
People-
sit
I
here.
just
They're
said to
just
Hershey,
lost.
it's very relatable. Like, put you in a house with a bunch of hot people, and
And there's a whole lot of drama coming out of it. But they did a lot of interesting.
So where is this
therapies,
show
how to
on?
connect. It's on Netflix.
I've never seen it.
It's a lot of
I've been binge watching The Good Wife. Anyone watched it?
I don't know anything about
I don't
a
know
good
what
wife.
you're talking about. No, please. Everybody got to calm down. Y'all got to breathe. Y'all gotta calm. I know.
Oh
We're
my
running out
God.
of beer, but y'all got to calm
We're running out
down.
of time.
Y'all got to calm down. Ganesh has a bedtime.
Yeah.
It's
She-
past my bedtime.
She's
already.
ready to go to sleep.
She's getting tired.
I'm drinking beer on an empty side. I didn't even eat dinner today.
Oh, same.
the way to
You
do
want
it.
some food?
Because
by the
no,
way?
I ran away from the house. It was dinner ready, but like I just had to.
Did you ever run away from
He's
your
doing
home?
intermittent fasting.
Yeah, pretty much. I used to run away from the house all the time.
For real? Like,
I
new
used to
spirit just-
storm out, tell my mom, I hate this house. I'm gonna go to my aunt's house.
I love
I
it.
Hershey
got
told
to the
us on the
door.
weekend.
I was
turned
thinking
around.
about
Like
it
he used
after.
to tell, like he used to have all the time. He used to say things like, I want to go live somewhere else. Or this house is
I
the
wasn't
worst
happy.
house.
I always thought that the other house is better.
Had it better.
Yeah, because it looked more fun. The father was more involved, and it was more, I guess, a younger father or just different type.
It just the
It
grass
looked-
was greener.
The grass was green. It looked different.
Was it though? Now that you know, like, do you think it was green?
Fuck no.
No, Jesus.
No, I'm happy where I come from. Definitely, I wouldn't
your
choose
mom's
it.
cool.
I want to.
She would come on for an
I wouldn't
episode.
choose it any other way. My mom would not let you talk for a second. That's how much.
Oh, that's
she would,
fine.
That's how much you would use the mic.
So you're saying I ask one question
She
at the
would
start,
sit on the mic like this,
and she'd go for 2 hours.
yeah. She would love it for sure.
I feel like she'd talk about you the entire time.
That
Or
'cause
herself.
She's done that.
Come on.
She's done that.
You're
Or
her-
herself.
People.
You are her superstar. Like,
Yeah,
you
well.
are her success story.
All right.
You're her
now,
star.
that's
You're her shining star.
All right, guys.
All right, he's blushing for
All right. Now you're getting me there. Okay.
Just kind of getting you warmed up. We're getting you closer to New Square. We talked about Monroe. We talked about Muncie. Now
I
we're...
can talk about New School in a heartbeat, no problem.
Wow, so the grass was greener, I hear.
Yeah, but I feel like this was normal. People have it.
I think
Every
it is
family
normal.
has it. You people feel like the other family's more fun and you want to leave.
Listen, I couldn't understand why Mommy spent money on brand new shoes from Weingarten for Moshe Chaim Stefanski, and she bought us shoes from Payless.
Hey,
What did you get?
I got hand-me-downs. Come on, Burr. Shit that my mother, she sewed her own clothes for the kids back in the 80s for my oldest brothers. Everyone, all the siblings from there down just wore the same
Passed it
shit.
down.
You know how excited I was to go downstairs? Like
Open that box.
when I was a certain age or height, to open the box that corresponded to my age or height. Get new shit. New shit meaning 4 other people wore it. But come on, bro. People used to sew
You guys
back
never
then.
had that, huh? That's funny. Neither did I.
Where's Max? Burr.
It's you know. I don't think it's different in any other family. With the
I
times
think
we
every
come from,
kid grows up.
It's the same shit.
Yeah, I think every kid grows up thinking other kids have it better or other. Yeah.
Gneshe talks with so much authority.
Yeah.
Do
She's
I?
very powerful.
Do I really?
Sometimes
She
I'm
could be
afraid of her.
She
yeah.
could be a cantor. Like
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm worried if I'm not gonna let her speak.
Falsetto, huh?
Might be a rough one.
She speaks with so much authority. I didn't even hear what she said. Something about hand-me-downs. But you think everyone what?
Everyone always has it better. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My son was telling me how he has a girl in his class that's really spoiled. She's spoiled.
Oh wow, that's nice. Wow, that's a manager now.
Your son told you what?
He has a girl in his class that's really spoiled.
I remember I had a kid in my
Because she
class
has
who
an
was spoiled. What do you mean
iPhone
spoiled?
and she has certain type of shoes and she has.
This brings up scarcity.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
scarcity.
Let's talk about scarcity. It's
I
a
think
real
because
thing,
you
by
just
the way.
reminded me. You said your son. There was one kid in my class who was like we thought of as like the richer kid, but he was an only child. He was spoiled. Weird family. Now that I think about it, but anyway, then he would come to school like with these really fancy snacks, and you know what kind of snacks we went to school.
Listen, my mother would not buy us Ostracher cookies.
A little Ziploc bag. This
We
was our
knew-
snack.
We knew when there was no money in the house because Mommy would make homemade popcorn and chocolate chip cookies. but not for one day. Like we would take it for a consecutive week.
We're talking about pounds, pallets. Don't worry about this. Listen, our snack was a small
You guys had it rough.
sandwich-sized Ziploc bag
No.
with 2 things in it. Right? You'd think vegetables, proteins. No. Our snack was a chip and a cookie. So we went to school with this. On a good day, send maybe an apple or whatever. Fine. So that's our snack.
There were no apples.
Yeah, I'm trying to
And
think.
if it
Like, did
was,
we
it was
ever?
probably brownish.
But I want you to know that the floor girls came with string cheese and chocolate milk juice boxes, and everyone traded their good snack, their chips and their cookies.
Right, we're trading. Dude, so I get to school. There's this one kid, single child. Father has money. This motherfucker comes to school with a grocery bag every day. And in his grocery bag,
Fresh,
Super
delicious
Snack,
new stuff.
Glicks, fucking...
Everything, one of each. A
the shit
grocery
that's
store.
in my drawer right now. You wonder why I'm eating shit right now
Yeah, I
at
was
2
gonna
a.m. when
say.
no one's looking?
Yeah.
When else was I
You're
able
right.
to eat Hershey chocolate? Nigga, I gotta get my fill.
Nigga,
I didn't get it when I was a kid,
Yeah.
right? So scarcity, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fucking fascinating. So I used to always envy and try to trade or do nice things to get a little bit of the candy, a little bit of. Because I would go to school with some potato chips.
A little people
and-
pleaser over here.
Unbelievable.
Everyone, I had the same experience. People, this is what kids do. This is what kids do, though. Kids
Feel insecure.
Some kids come from different type of families. And you know what? I was going to say poorer families, but I don't think that's what it was.
It's insecure.
When my
I
mom
think.
gave me apples and stuff, because she cared. For her, it was more for her kid to eat healthy. And I can appreciate it now. I didn't appreciate it then. Because I didn't have the cool recess. I didn't have the chocolate chips and the super snacks and stuff. But I had good shit. Like peanut butter and jelly bread. No one likes that shit. I would pound that right now. You give me that any day, I eat it. Because it's...
We know what
You know,
Nochi
because she
we know what
cared,
Nochi is going to be eating for midnight.
Peanut butter and jelly.
My stomach's grumbling already.
Remember that 7-Eleven peanut butter and jelly? Bro. You smoke that joint. And you come in at 7-Eleven midnight. And
Swirly
you have
Angle.
that
Swirly
ready.
Angle introduced me to that
And
shit. We should have him on the next episode.
I've never
Talk
seen
about
it. No, I've never seen
You
it.
have never seen it?
No.
So they have it in the fridge. They have these sandwiches, the 7-Eleven sandwiches. They have like a sandwich, peanut butter jelly in like a little pocket, bread pocket.
yum.
Now this shit is amazing. So we used to smoke weed.
When you smoke weed.
When
yeah.
we smoke weed, we got stoned. Midnight, you go into 7-Eleven.
By
you
the
get
way,
one or two. It'll drop. I mean, it'll get stuck in your throat. I mean, you needed a big gulp, a blue big gulp this big.
Eat that shit now. I guarantee you throw up.
I've tried it recently. It's horrible.
Yep.
It's
Now
it's
wait
not
a second. You might be wondering where scarcity comes in because I was telling the story of this kid who has the bag of goodies, but that was then. This morphed in. This helped morph because also at home we never had access to the good shit, right? Shabbos cereal on Saturday we had a special sweet cereal.
Oh, we had Coca-Cola on
throughout the
Shabbos
week.
also.
Right? So
Yeah, so
we grew up.
No, but there was
we grew
never
up with
enough.
we grew
So
up
let's
with
say
this-
you're only drinking Coke on Shabbos, so there should be 5 bottles or 7 bottles for a family of 11. But there was like 1 or 2 bottles.
And also on Saturday
That's
afternoon,
scarcity.
you get the Shabbat snack, right? The snack, the treats. We grew up with scarcity just all around, and this morphs as you get older. So when we're hanging out in Gneshe's apartment and we're drinking, we're having fun, and I see she has popcorn back there, I'm gonna wait till half the people leave before I take it out and eat it.
Oh, we talked about that, right?
We had that
Right,
discussion.
right.
Scarcity is moving into us at this point. Like you're afraid there's not
There's
enough.
never enough. There's never enough.
You have to keep the good shit for yourself. Like it's like
But
it's a
now
survival
I
mechanism.
know why you bought so many snacks.
For the weekend last
Yeah.
weekend.
no, that's because I was there.
I don't know.
We just let things go. You weren't on an.
So maybe that's abundance.
No.
Maybe that's abundance.
So that's something else.
Maybe
I
that's
don't know what it
abundance.
is. No, I don't know what it is.
No,
Okay, so you be quiet.
I just like chips.
No, I didn't feel like I bought too much when I was buying it. I forget that when we go away with
It's
certain
too
people,
much.
there's so much food.
Right.
I thought I bought the right amount.
It was a lot of food. We bought a lot of food.
I felt really
Chips.
bad throwing a lot of it away.
You threw things away.
There's
Well, the one thing with me
so
is
much
I don't feel bad throwing things out. Just don't have it.
Because of your job, I think.
Well, you're gonna expose me on my job, aren't you?
No, I just think it's natural for the type of
I
work
was
that you
always
do.
like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work in the kitchen
I can just
in
throw
Mommy's
shit.
and Tati's company. So I don't really have an issue. Anyone in catering or in
Laser's
restaurants
the
or
same
But
way.
anything.
it comes from I've had it since I know myself.
So Laser's the same way. But
Yeah.
he said when you work in a kitchen, you are dumping shit out.
Yeah,
and
you
I
have no
would-
personal feelings with food. I don't feel
It's
anything.
okay. You know what? It
Garbage,
definitely got worse. And also it's like sometimes people say, "Oh, don't throw it out. Someone's gonna eat it." No,
No one's gonna eat
no
it.
one is gonna eat it. It's just gonna sit there, and you're gonna feel bad that it's in the fridge because I don't want it. No one wants it.
I
So
don't
you're
know.
just gonna look at it every day like, "Oh shit, poor pie." Oh, kind of.
Yeah, well, that
You know what the thing is though? Like
Hoarding.
when it goes bad. No, it's not
Ties
hoarding.
into
But when
hoarding.
it goes bad, then I don't feel bad throwing it out.
how is food any different than
But that's-
items
that's
that
a
we think
mental-
that
But
someone's
I'm
going
like,
to use?
but I'm like that with items also.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. No, it ties into hoarding. Like
It
people-
doesn't. Is my house a
I'm not
hoard?
going to throw away.
Is my house?
Yes and no. It's
you
Yes
think
and
someone's going to
no.
use
But
it.
it's not hoarding though.
It's
You're
not
hoarding the
true.
food.
People
If-
really feel bad for food. It's food. There's people right now that are starving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it's a
that's what my
waste.
Rebbe told me in Cheder.
It's a fact.
Elementary school, they smacked me and said, there are people starving in Africa.
No, they didn't tell you Africa.
What did they say?
They told you months in New York. That's what they told me.
No. They referenced the lager camps.
Yeah? Okay, there you go.
The gas
Holocaust.
chambers.
To us, it was Spring Valley. Go to Spring Valley. People are starving. They're not starving. They're eating
I get
grass.
it. They're
not
starving.
starving.
I'll give some money to charity. Meanwhile, I'm not hungry. What the fuck you want from my life?
I'm not talking about feeding people when they're not hungry. I'm talking about the concept of throwing away hordes and hordes of food. I'm not talking about hoarding either. If I was a hoarder, my house would be overflowing with stuff, and it's not.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm saying in
It's
general.
the
a lot
concept of
times
having
holding on to
enough.
food
It's a
is hoarding
concept of
issue.
having enough. An abundance. Abundance is enough. There's always a steady flow of enough. Whether it's food, whether it's things, whatever it is.
Yeah. Now imagine a day, a time,
I-
when Hershey moves and you don't hear it in the mic. It would be so sublime. So beautiful.
When I move in, you're saying? Yeah, come on, bro.
I'm fucking with you. Come on.
That's just what it is.
You gotta let us
Then
slide.
you gotta get it. You gotta hear the sound of
Every
the-
time you pick up your hand,
Oh,
every
good.
time you put it back down, every time you pick it up. This is it. Listen.
It's good. It's good.
It's just a rough ride. Come with us on the ride.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, so here's the deal. We could talk forever because, as long as there's beer, some Trulies, there's no end. There's no end in sight.
That'll always go well.
I don't think,
Always
forget
go
about
well.
anyone else listening, I don't think you want to listen to yourself for 2 hours.
It's not listening to myself. If anyone
Half of
calls
this is
me
getting
past this, no way I'm picking up the phone. I'm not talking to anybody. I've talked enough.
You did it. Wait. It's been real. It's been
day,
real.
Okay. And I've used up all my talking skills and talking.
No, they say men run
time.
out of their word count. You ran out of your word count.
There's no way in hell
That's
there's
a
a
man
wife
thing?
that's
It's a
waiting
man
for me
thing.
out back home. I come home and I tell her hi, even, or good night.
Well,
That's how bad it is.
He ran out of his word
we'll
count.
talk about you being single next time. But wait a second. Men run out of the word count?
Men run out of their word count.
Wow,
Yeah.
so sad.
Like if
Men
they
run
spent
their
their
word count?
entire day at a busy job talking, interacting, they come home, they run
It's
out
so
of their word
sexist.
count.
Not against men. It basically says that women never stop talking. Never run out of shit to say.
It's all perspective, though.
Are you surprised?
It's all perspective, though.
Hey, I'm proud.
I can see.
I got nothing to talk about. I'm proud of that.
It's not that we don't have nothing to talk about. I think we just know when to stop.
Oh no, we don't. We're gonna go for another hour right now. Past Gneshe's bedtime.
I'm saying I'm just saying
Relax.
men know when to stop. Men get busy with. I'm serious.
If that's not sexist, what is?
Well,
You guys made a couple sexist comments, starting from the beginning. Well,
Remind
if
me.
we can edit
Let's
it,
talk
that'd
about
be
it.
nice. I don't want no haters now starting this thing. I don't want people to,
nobody be
Yeah, I don't want my official contributor to be hated on.
yeah, like, oh yeah, he's a sexist motherfucker.
So
I'm just saying there were a couple comments, but
wow.
Yeah,
See,
we
she
can
took it personal. She didn't even tell us.
We can fix
right
it.
it's
then
not
and
about
there.
personal. It's about noticing.
Yeah, that's
Awareness.
good. You see, the thing is though, I didn't even notice it. So when I say something, and if you tell me, oh, that was sexist, well, whatever. Yeah, all right.
Tell me.
But what it is behind men
Listen,
not
I don't know if it's
running
a-
out of words or stopping.
What did you just say before I even said that this is a thing? You said I'm done. Like I ran out of stuff to talk about. I ran out of stuff to say.
Who I ran out of?
You said it.
Yep, it's that
What I'm
time
saying,
of the
it's
evening.
not that I'm running out of words. I've said enough.
This is what
Done.
Hershey said. I go home.
done.
If I have a wife at home, I can't even say hi or good night. And all I'm
Yeah, I
saying,
think it's all
from a
bullshit.
very
It's
non-prejudiced,
just all bullshit. If I give you the next topic,
from a very
if I give
non-prejudiced
any of you
place,
the next topic,
We're gonna hit it right. We're gonna hit it. That's it.
from a very non-prejudiced place, I think it's true for women too. When you're done, you're done.
Yeah, I think so too. What do you mean women don't run out of words? What does that mean?
I feel like I do.
I feel like every human does. You have enough. You've had a long day of. Let's say you're a salesperson, or you give speeches or whatever. You come home at night, man or woman.
You're done.
You are done.
You're wiped.
Yeah, you're wiped out. So I don't know where
Hershey's
that
saying
comes
he's wiped out.
I never even heard. I mean, I've heard that.
I've heard of
I
this
put
concept.
in so much energy. If I'm in a conversation and it's a real deep or meaningful conversation, I put in
Energy. You put in
so
energy.
much energy into the conversation that I'm wiped out. I'm done. I can talk to you
100%.
just saying things are going to come out of my mouth, but it's not going to be a conversation.
I got you. No, I feel you.
Oh, you guys are
I feel you.
great.
I totally feel you.
Yeah. Not.
You guys are great.
Who's
out there.
bedtime though?
Yeah.
Who's bedtime?
Who's
Yeah,
rubbing their eyes?
Mr. Tough Guy.
Who's
recording.
bedtime?
Yeah, bedtime, my ass.
You want to be a tough guy?
Yeah.
A tough guy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.